Hey guys, come on in. How are you doing? I am not in an event today. This is the first time I've been live in a while where I'm not in an event. So come on into my page. I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. Boy, I tell you what, I hopped on here and hold on. I'm gonna have to play a Lindell. I need to put some color in my face, so hang on just a minute. I need to get some more lipstick, y'all. This is like down to the wire, so hang on. Let me get. We'll do that, and we'll put a little bit of gloss on here. I was up and out of the house today before noon. That almost never happens with me unless there's something really going on. But I got my hair cut. I finally got my hair cut. I needed a haircut so badly, y'all. So come on in. I'm going to take this Chalk Couture stencil, and my husband, our younger son, and I are going to Washington, D.C. this weekend for Big Freedom 250 celebration. And I'm going to take this t-shirt and I'm going to turn it into something that I can wear this weekend. So that's kind of what y'all are going to see me do this weekend. All right, so this week. So hold on just a minute. I need to get a, all right, hold please. I need to get a sticky mat so that we can make sure. I'm wondering if I need the big one. Is this gonna fit in here? It's gonna be tight. Let's try it and see, because I think this is gonna need, this is gonna need every bit of that. So y'all come on in. Thank you for being here. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this sticky mat out of the packaging. I've used it before. It's just to keep everything together. And we're gonna see if we can't get this inside this great big inside this shirt. All right, so I'm going to fold this like a taco. And I think what I want to do, all right, I got limited space here, but that's okay. So I'm going to roll this up so that we can get this in here. And then we will roll this back down. So I hope y'all are having a great day. Come on in. I appreciate all of y'all. So is everybody getting ready for the 4th of July? You got all your decorations, or wherever you're going or whatever you're doing. You're going to see me finishing up at the last minute here. And we're going to put this on a shirt. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's see if I can't put this in here. And then we're going to drop this down. Oh, I need to not put it up quite so high. And the plan is, all right, hold the presses here, is to get this nice and straight. Sometimes it can be a wrestling match if you don't get it on the first try, but we're going to be okay. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit, and I'm going to pull this over. So y'all come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see everybody. I've been kind of offline for a while, haven't I? All right, we're going to straighten that out. And we're going to straighten all of this out. Let me get this. Now, you could put a piece of cardboard in here, but one of the things I like about this sticky mat is that it just kind of holds everything in place. All right, here we go. So last week, my husband, our younger son, our older son is on the West Coast. We're on the East Coast, so we don't see him as much as we see our younger son. All right, here we go. Hopefully I'm going to put this on here straight, right? That's the plan. All right, and then see, I'm getting all the wrinkles out of this. So I literally just bought this from the store. Just bought it. So I have not washed this. I have not ironed it. I came in and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go live. And so here I am. And so I just want to get all of the creases out of here. All right, hang on. And I'm just going to kind of go from top to bottom. Make sure there are no bumps or crinkles or anything like that. So I put an order in online with Michaels and then I went to pick it up. All right, so let's see what we got here. Hopefully this is straight, y'all. They did not have the red shirt that I wanted. Okay, that's going to go beyond. That is not good. So I need to bring that up. All right, hang on. This is going to just barely, that's going to be too high. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm going to undo this. I'm going to roll it up again. Gonna roll it, and then I've got to bring this down because I don't want this up at my neck. Okay, all right, here we go. Gonna bring this down, Now, I don't always use the 18 by 18 inch sticky mat, but this is 12 by 18 inch. Or maybe it's 17. The stencil is 12 by 18 inches. So I want to make sure that this shirt has some protection. Well, I probably should have done this offline, but it's good that y'all see how I'm doing this so that you can do the same thing. If you choose. All right, let's see. That is up. All right, I want it to come down just a smidgen. All right, here we go. All right, that's better. I have no idea how straight or crooked this is going to end up being on the actual shirt once it's all said and done. I'm pulling this down a little bit because I want to have a little bit, all right, because this is going to be from my neck. I want it to start down a little bit more. And I need every bit of this mat to separate. All right. All right, I'm getting it, y'all. I am getting it. Oh, it's still up too high. Don't want it that high. Come on. Work with me. The problem I have is that my lap is pushing this up. All right, there is that. Got that, okay. This is good. All right, there we go. That's what I want, because I want this. We're going to put this in the center, and we are going to pull this down. Just kind of pull it up. I want to make sure there are no crinkles or overlaps or anything like that, because I want this completely smooth. I'm going to do the lettering in gold and red is what my plan is. That's what I'm thinking. And then we've got some, all right, let's see what this is doing. That looks good. Make sure this is good and stuck down so that I don't have, because I do not want to have any folds or creases, because if I do, when it comes off this sticky mat, you'll be able to see that. So here we go. I'm just lifting this up, straightening it out. I got one little fold there that needs to come out. There we go. Oh, there's something underneath that. I'm not sure what that is. But I'm going to take my chances and just leave it there. It's some kind of bump. All right, hold on. That's not going to play well. Where did it go? Where is it? There it is. Piece of lint. All right. Come on in, y'all. Thanks for joining me. If you're watching on the replay, please let me know where you're from so I can say hello. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, looks like we got it. Now, the next part should be pretty easy, and that's going to just be simply, all right, is this straight is the question. All right, looks straight. All right, so now comes the second part. Let me get this out of the way. Actually, you know what? Just so this doesn't fall on the floor, I'm going to take and stick it down inside its packaging, and it'll all stay together. Okay, so next we are going to put Oh Beautiful. This is our stencil, Oh Beautiful for Spacious Skies. I believe the name of the song, gosh, I can't believe I can't think of this. America is America. The name of the stencil is From Sea to Shining Sea. So we're going to put this on here. All right, this is going to be perfect. All right, we're going to take and we've got to bring this down. All right, so I need some space here. Let me get myself a little bit of space. Let's check our, I probably should have checked this gold first to make sure it's still good. Oh gosh, did not want to do that. Hold on. It is just running right on out of there. That is good. That means that it's not dry. And we're going to get a stir stick. All right, so we're going to do gold, red, and I'm trying to decide. Oh, my husband moved my trash can. Hold on. Where did he put my trash can? All right, hold on. Oh, please, please, please don't get on the shirt. Let me grab my trash can. This is like a comedy of errors, isn't it? All right, so we're going to put that there. Wow, this is like really, really wet. I'm kind of nervous about this because this is really wet. So we're going to have to make sure that this stencil goes down really, really well. All right, we're going to put this in here. I mean, it is like wringing wet. I've never seen it this wet. All right, making sure my hands are nice and clean. If I have to, I'll put some water on them so that I don't have any ink on my hands. We're going to be working with ink. Ink is not as forgiving as the paste is. So I want to make sure that my hands are good and clean before I touch any part of the shirt. you know, and if I do get something on there, you know, we can put some bling or whatever. So I'm going to do this in gold. So let me figure this out. So I'm going to do Oh Beautiful. I want to do American Red. So we're going to go red, gold, gold, no, red. We're going to do red, red, gold, 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 America, America, in red, God shed his grace on thee, in gold, and brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Okay, so red, red, gold, 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 red, gold, red. All right, I got it. I got it, I got it, I got it. Are y'all with me? You still with me? All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Getting my hands clean. Getting all the ink off of my fingers. Whew. All right, now we're going to go for the red ink. And let's see what we got with this. Once I get the ink going, all right, this looks good. That gold looks so runny, y'all. I sure hope it's not going to be a problem. But we will see. All right, we're going to put that over here. This is going to go in our trash. Wiping my hands off. All right, here we go. We're going to get ready to put the stencil on here. And I want to make sure my hands are clean again. All right. Got my hands clean. All right, here we go. I am going to put this, I'm going to put this up top here. And I'm going to put this up top here. Just so I can find it. It doesn't get lost on my table like a lot of things do. And we're going to put that up top. All right, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. This is going to come down here. I'm going to put this in halfway in between. So, you ready? Are you ready? All right. I needed a haircut. Oh my gosh. As my friend in college would say, all of them. I needed all of them cut. All right. So this is coming in here. Oh, I want to make sure I put this on straight. Good and straight. All right, let's see. Where's that board starts there. So I want to bring this up just a smidgen. Oh, I'm kind of excited about doing this, y'all. All right, putting it halfway between the shoulders. All right, I'm going to bring that down. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of lift this up and get this all on here. Now, this would be really good to put on the back of a shirt too, but I'm going to be in a wheelchair this weekend for this event, and nobody's going to see what's on the back, but I still may put some stuff on the back. We'll see. All right, so let me look at this and see. All right, so we're going to go, the gold is going to be here for the fireworks. So red, red, we're going to do the top two. All right, let me get a couple of squeegees. And I also want to, gosh, I hope this is straight. All right, it looks like we got plenty of stuff on here. All right, y'all, here we go. I'm going to go in with the red. Let me get the gold in here also. I'm going to put this down here. And we're going to put this over here. We're going to get everything. Hey, Kathy, come on in. I'm making a t-shirt for my 4th of July weekend. I'm going to go to D.C. for the, hold on, let me grab this. My husband, my younger son, and I are all going to D.C. for the 4th of July weekend. There's a big, we went up there, when did we go? We left last Wednesday night, And then we, all right. We spent all day Thursday there and came back Thursday night. So it was kind of like a quick trip. And it's the Freedom, what is it called? Freedom 250. And they've got a booth for every state in the United States to display what are the important aspects of that particular state. And Louisiana had a great one. They were giving out tote bags to everybody that everybody wanted to get, and they had so many people coming for them that they ran out. But I actually thought about you and my cousin when let me bring this down. When we went through the Louisiana booth. So anyway, we're going back. We only got through about 10 of the booths because there were a lot of people getting in and out, and so it's going to be fun. There's supposed to be fireworks that are going to break a world record. I think the gal who works who worked there all right, I'm just going over this just carefully. I'm going to do this in red and gold, and I'm going to do another t-shirt, I think on Wednesday, and that's I think I'm going to put some bling on that. So I don't know if I'm going to put bling on this or what, but anyway, so she said that these fireworks are going to be 10 times greater than what the world record is, and they're going to go for an hour as opposed to like 15 minutes. So I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to all turn out. I'm hoping that the fireworks that go off are going to be like not just pow, 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 but, have some sayings in the sky, obviously an American flag, maybe 250. All right, so here we go. I'm going to break this up between the gold and the red. I'm using a candy apple red. And I'm going to use 2 different squeegees so that I don't have to worry about cleaning it in between, making sure that I've got a good amount of ink. This is ink. This is not paste. This is ink. And so when you clean your ink, you work with your ink, you want to make sure that you clean your piece right away. So as soon as I get, all right, I'm going to put that there. As soon as I lift this up, I'm going to move the shirt out of the way. Oh boy, this is so wet. I am really kind of concerned about that, but we'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to put the fireworks in gold. This color is called Nominee. I love this color. I've never had it this wet before, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with this. All right, then we're going to go red, gold, gold, red, gold, red, gold. All right, so we're going to go for Amber Waves of Grain. It's going to be gold. And I'm telling y'all, this is like dripping wet. Never have I had it this wet. So 800,000 fireworks are going to go off the 4th of July in Washington, D.C. Saturday night. So it's going to be fun. So we're going to go up Friday, and we will come back Sunday night. So I'm pretty excited to see how it's all going to work out. We had so much fun when we were up there Thursday. It'll be fun. It will be fun. All right, so here we go. We're going to just kind of lift this off. All right, let me think what I need to do. So I've got red, gold, red, gold. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this one in gold. I haven't done a lot of chalk couture lately. I tend to be going and painting and doing things kind of off the beaten path. But I had this, and I went and got some shirts today, and I thought I want to do some t-shirts for this weekend. All right, here we go. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do America in red and blue. I think I want it that way. Yeah. That's what I want to do. Or maybe I'll do the stars in blue. Yeah, I'll do the stars in blue. All right, hold on. Let me grab some blue. Let me grab some blue. Where is the blue? Is this it? Cadet. I don't think that's the good one. All right, hang on. Where did it go? Where did it go? I know I have a really pretty blue. No. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is called Home, and this is a really pretty blue. Okay, so I need to get one more squeegee. And we're this kind of like a navy, so this will be beautiful with this. And let me get my little, where is I moved it somewhere. All right, well, that's okay. I'll use the detail tool with this. All right, so we're going to go in here, and we're going to do the stars in blue, and I'll do the letters in red. I hope this turns out fun. It looks good. And just kind of taking the small detail tool and making sure that we get some good coverage over these stars. All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to come back and we're going to do the red. All right, let me put this up top. We're going to do each letter one at a time. You got to be careful not to go in that blue, which I just did. I'm going to wipe that off so that it doesn't keep dragging it across. All right, same thing here. I got to concentrate. This is kind of like tricky territory here. I'll make sure that I get it all good and covered. And we haven't decided if we're going to go back. So we were there for the, not really the official opening ceremony, but we were there for the second day to kind of get a feel for what it was all about, and we loved it. Of course, my son and my husband, actually all three of the men in our family, are big history buffs. I'm patriotic, I'm just not a big history buff. But anyway, so there was so much history there. It was really a lot of fun to learn about the different states and what they are known for. And like I said, we only got through about maybe 10 of the states, so we're going to go back and go through the rest of them. Saw an artist there, Scott, what was his last name? Oh my gosh, this guy was incredible. I'm going to post some pictures on my page of his artwork. I mean, he's just got his own unique style, and he does a lot of, he paints American flags, and just fun stuff, really creative stuff, which I love. I just sat there and watched him paint. It was a lot of fun. All right, so we got that. All right, so I need to come back here with this red up top here so that I don't forget it. So we're gonna go, I probably could have added some blue right there. That may have been a good place for the blue. And just kind of going over this, and then I'm gonna lift this up a little bit so that it doesn't dry in the silk screen. You do have a little bit more time when you're working with ink than you do if you're working with the paste. The paste dries pretty quickly. All right, and then we're gonna get this A here, y'all, and we're gonna get the oh, it looks like that's sticking up. Let me make sure that's down. All right. All right, let's see what we got. I got it all over my hands. All right, blue. Maybe I'll come back and let me do, all right, this is red, so it's gonna go here. I'm gonna wipe this off so that it doesn't get on anything. I think I'm gonna do one America in red and one in blue just to get some more blue in here. So here we go, y'all. United we stand, right? I've had this particular stencil for a while. It may be on sale. I did not check, but Chalk Couture has got a sale going on of patriotic and other different things. So if you're interested, I'll drop a link in the... All right, here we go. That gives us a little bit more blue in here. All right, so there we go. So we got two Americas, really one America, but one is red and one is blue. All right, I'm gonna put that off to the side. Get this out of the way so that I don't get my shirt in it. All right, so red, gold, red. All right, so let's go with the gold. Hey, Deb, come on in. I'm making a shirt. I'm going to go to Washington, D.C. this weekend, and I'm working on my shirts that I'm going to wear while I'm there to celebrate. All right, we're going to get this down here. We're going to do this firework. Oop, this kind of lifted up. So we want to make sure that... All right, hold on, because this is not flat, and I want it to be flat. There we go. You don't want any air pockets under this, or it will bleed. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna go, we got gold. We're gonna do red next. No, gold. Let's do gold again. Let's do two golds. I'm telling you, this is really wet. All right, here's another gold. Well, I could have done those stars in blue. Oh well. And I think we're going to do this firework in gold. Now, I think I'm going to come back after this is finished and actually maybe I might put some gold rhinestones on the fireworks. That'll be fun. That'd be a place where I could add some bling to this. All right, so there is that. Got to be careful not to drop this. All right, then we're going to do Brotherhood in red. Just going from the edge of the design into the center of the design, trying not to get any of the color that's next to it. All right, here we go. I'm trying to decide if I want to add more blue or if I'm going to just go with that. Maybe I think I'll do this last piece in blue. There we go. All right, we'll put this over here. And we're going to go with the last part is going to be blue. And this is a color of the month. Chalk Couture has a color of the month every month. And this month, which is almost over, it's kind of a color that you can use for like oceans and things like that. I don't think I have it out. And I haven't used it yet, but I just got it in yesterday and it's a really pretty color. All right, y'all, I think we're good. So let me start lifting this up and see what happens. And then we're going to clean this. So let me get my ink out of the way so I don't stick my shirt in it or my project. I am notorious for that. And then I have some other things that I'm going to do. I'm going to go to lunch with a friend tomorrow. All right, here we go, y'all. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Just want to make sure. Oh my word. I am loving this, loving this. I could not love this more. I am so pleased with how this turned out. All right, hang on. I'm going to stick this here. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. My hands are inky. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I added the blue in there. I needed that third color. All right, so let me show y'all what I have. I'm going to pull this out of the way. All right, this is what we've got. It's not dry yet, so I'm going to bring this over here, and we're going to bring this in here, and we're going to clean this. Need to get this. There is my board eraser. We're going to just spray this down. We're going to wipe up some of the ink first, and then we're going to come back over with the board eraser and get all in between that area. All right, let me lift this up, move it up a little bit. I want to get this down here. And again, I'm going to go over this. Now, the ink will stain the transfer, but as long as we get all of the ink out of the silkscreen area, we're good. All right, I'm going to turn this over and do the other side. I tried, if I were at my sink, I would not use the paper towel like this, but I just want to mop up some of this ink before we start cleaning it. All right, here we go. Let me grab some water and just get this wet. Whoa, hello. And this is distilled water. You don't have to clean these with distilled water, but this is what I have over here. So we're going to just go over this, making sure that we get all of the ink out of the silkscreen area. That's the important thing. Then I'm going to turn this over. I'm I'm telling y'all, this mat that I have was such a game changer for me. This glass mat. I have saved myself from having to use so many other protections, mounts, surfaces to work on, because everything just cleans up off this mat so easily. All right, here we go. The board eraser will kind of scrubs this. And then once we get this clean, we'll be able to put this on the back sheet. All right, this is looking good. Put that off to the side. All right, I'm going to lift this up. Now, when the adhesive part of this gets wet, it's not sticky. So you don't have to worry about it not coming up off your surface. All you have to do is get it wet and it'll release. All right, here we go. We're going to put this on here. Just a few more spots that need to be cleaned. Coming right on out of here. The ink, if you let the ink dry inside the silkscreen area, you most likely will not be able to get it out, because it's almost like an acrylic paint and it just dries right on in there. So that's why I'm taking the time to actually clean this now, because if I don't clean it now I could have put it like in a big tub of water, but I don't have space for that, so it's just as easy for me to kind of kill two birds with one stone and show y'all how to clean the stencil, and also clean up my mess over here. All right, here we go. We're going to go over this. I'm looking in the silkscreen area to make sure I don't see any ink in there, and it's looking good. Here's a couple of spots here. You want to keep that area in pristine condition so that you get good, solid, crisp letters. All right, y'all. I think that's it. And I'm not worried about this sticking to itself because it's wet. I would not roll it over on itself if it was dry. And as it gets less and less water on here, I'll be more careful. All right. Just going to lift this up. Dry this. I have no cardboard to throw away. I don't have to replace the mat. This will just, all right, now we're going to take the shiny side and put it to the sticky side here. And it's easier if you do it with the stencil down. I'm going to line up the corner, the top and bottom. I'm going to put it in that corner, and then I'm going to make sure that it's lined up down the side, and then we're going to turn this over. And although it doesn't look brand new, you can still reuse this, okay? So if you try to put the stencil on top of the back sheet, it's just too flimsy. So it's better to, oh, well, I'm glad that helped, Deb. All right, so now we've got this back on here. I'm going to get this out of the way. It kind of serves, you know, more than one purpose. It allows me to get it clean, that I don't have to worry about my stencil being ruined because the ink dries in there. Now, if the paste dries in the silkscreen, you can get it wet and it'll still come out. But that's not true with the ink. If that ink dries in your silkscreen area, your stencil is almost kind of ruined. So you want to be careful to clean it right away. And I'm telling you, if you do not have one of these mats, I am not an affiliate. I don't make any money on recommending these mats. This has been a game changer for me, and I'm telling you, if anything happens to this, I'm replacing it with another one. It's like a tempered glass, so you're supposed to be able. I've used a rotary cutter on it. You know, you don't want to sit and bang on it, but it's a game changer. All right, so now that we've got that done, let's bring in our shirt. Let's bring it back. And I don't want to put the heat tool on this sticky mat because it'll cause it to warp. So I'm going to just very gently start pulling this up. Oh, I love this. I can't wait to wear this weekend. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, this is going to be so fun. And I think I'm going to do 3 shirts. One for each day that we're gone. I didn't even check to see if this is going to fit me. It looks like it might be big, but that's okay because it's going to be hot. You don't want anything sticking to you when it's hot. All right, just pulling this up. There we go. All right, let's see if I can get this out of here. This is a big sticky mat. Come on. I don't want that to fold over on itself. All right, here we go. Whew. All right, let me dry this, and then we're going to heat set it. Oh, I love this. Wow, I love it, I love it, I love it. I sell it in my shop, Deb. I will get you a link. And I tell you, if you're going to buy anything, let me turn this off. If you're going to buy anything from Chalk Couture, join the Perks program. It's $20 a month, and then you get $20 back in product credit. So you get the money back, and you can start and stop anytime you want. What I tell people to do, I am a Chalk Couture designer, but what I tell people to do is if you find something that you want, join the Perks program, buy what you want to buy, and all in 1 month, and then you can come out of the Perks program. And I did not pre-wash this, no. I did not. Matter of fact, when I came on, I said I came straight from the store. I didn't iron this. I just did the sticky mat. There's like 3 different kinds of sticky mats. There's like a 9x12, an 11x17, and I think this one's either 18x18 or 17x18. And but anything, if you're going to buy from Chalk Couture, join the Perks program, get 30% off the merchandise, and then you get perks, perk emails of sales and things like that. And then if you only want to do it for a month, then cancel it. And then if you see something that you want later down the road on Chalk Couture, join again. That's how I would do it. I would not just join endlessly. I would join, get the $20 in designer dollars to put towards products. And I want to say right now, I don't know if they still have the deal where you can join for $1 and get $20 back, but I'll send you the link to my shop, to my website, and then you can see what you want. There's Disney stuff on there. There's Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. There are the Disney princesses. I'm not a big Disney person, but I know a lot of people are. There's Snoopy and Peanuts transfers that are on there. A lot of fun stuff. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to dry this, and after I dry it, I'm going to heat set this. And it'll be able to go in and out of the washer and dryer. It won't fade. It won't wash out. It's silk screening. is what I'm doing. And having that adhesive on the back of the stencils keeps everything in place. Now, I would also recommend that if you're new to Chalkator, buy some of the smaller stencils and practice with those. And if you need any help on suggestions or anything like that, I can help you with that. But, oh, I love this. So the three colors that I used are the color Home, H-O-M-E. That was the color of the month. The closest thing to that is Cadet. The red is Candy Apple Red. And then the gold is called Nominee. The Nominee is my favorite gold that Chalkator makes. Oh my gosh, y'all. I am loving this, loving this, loving this. I got my heat press on. And I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to heat set this. But, you know, you can pay regular retail if you want to, but I'm a numbers person, and I've just found that the best way if you're going to buy any Chalkator is join the Perks program, get $20 in product credit, buy what you're going to buy, put the $20 towards that. It's like a 20% discount, I guess. And then if there's nothing else you want, then cancel your subscription until you find something else that you like. You know, you kind of get the best of both worlds that way. You get the discount, but you're not obligated. Alright, here we go, y'all. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to wear this. I cannot wait to wear this. Alright, so here we go. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to put this over here for now. And I am going to get a piece of parchment paper. That's going to keep the design clean. My nose itches. That's going to keep the design clean, and it is also going to keep my heat press clean. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to stick this inside. You don't really have to do this inside, but I'm going to. Just stick this in here. This is just a wool mat. You can get it in any sew-in place. I'm sure Amazon sells them too. First time I got it, I smelled like I was in a barn. But, you know, that smell, because it's made out of wool, so it's going to smell like sheep. So don't be surprised if it smells, if you've never worked with wool mats before. It doesn't smell like a sheep. Alright, so I'm just putting this on here. I've got my ink out of the way, so I'm not sticking my project in it. Alright, come on. Straighten up here. And they sell these wool mats in all kinds of different sizes. Alright, so I'm going to just put this flat. We'll put this on here. And the only thing I really use, most of the times, I use it for other things, but for the most part, I use my heat press for ink, for setting these shirts. And I have it on 305 degrees for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to hit go. And I'm going to just leave it in this spot for 30 seconds. Picture you wearing the shirt. Oh, I will. Okay, I sure will. I've got some pictures that I haven't posted yet from our last trip, so I'll definitely put this in here. I have a white hat. I don't know if I'm going to wear the hat or not, but oops, I didn't start that. That's got some bling on it, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've got another Chalkator. I can't pull it out because I've got the ink on top of it. I'll show you in just a minute. It's Stars and Stripes, and it's got a flag, and it's got firecrackers on it. So I'm going to do that one too. I'm thinking I might do that one on a red shirt with white lettering, with white ink. All right, here we go. We're gonna come over here. Now, the one thing about this is after you heat press this, like before you heat press it, you can kind of still feel a little bit of tackiness. After you heat press it, it's like smooth. It's not like vinyl. It's not sitting on top of the fabric. This ink is in the fabric, so it's not gonna come off. I have had shirts that I made 5 years ago, and they're still good. So they haven't faded. They may have maybe a little bit because I've washed them a lot, but not much. You wouldn't know it. So we're gonna get this. I'm gonna do this in sections, and then I'm gonna turn this inside out. And but no, this, I did not pre-wash this. I did not iron it. I literally came straight from Michael's. And I'll tell you the shirt that I got because I really like the feel of this. All right, so hang on. I need to pull this over. Let me pull this over and get this straight on the on this pad. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this back. But they have, Michael's has, this is called, oh shoot. All right, are you ready? Canvas, C-A-N-V-A-S, like a canvas that you paint on. Bella Canvas, B-E-L-L-A, like ding dong, Bella Canvas. And they look like they run a little bit large. I got a large. I probably could have got a medium. I'm about a 14, size 14, if that gives you any help. They had, Michael's has a, right now they have a 30% off coupon. So this would be a good time to get these. But this is really soft, really, really soft. Okay, so I want to make sure, I think I got it all. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to turn this inside out. So I'm not in an event today, so I can finish my project, so that's good. But you can see why I put the sticky mat on there. You see how the ink, this is kind of thin, but because I put the sticky mat on there, it did not go through to the back side. Even if you don't get the sticky mat, put something in between your front and your back of your shirt, if it's nothing more than cardboard. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put this on here. This is kind of a better way to do it. Just kind of put it over like you're putting it over a child's head. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this down. Looks like my mat is about the same size as the design. All right, and where I like to put the parchment paper is where the ink is. And then that way, if anything would transfer, it transfers on the parchment paper. All right, here we go. So you do 30 seconds at 305 degrees in each section, drying in the dryer or hang it to dry. Depends on the directions of the shirt. Now, the other thing that I didn't tell you is that if you don't have a Cricut heat press, you can iron for 4 minutes over the section, and you're going to put your iron on whatever the directions say for the iron, for like cotton or polyester. All right, then I'm going to move it. I'm going to hit it another 30 seconds and just kind of let it do its thing. I throw mine in the washer, I throw it in the dryer, and then, that's it. That's, depending upon what the washing instructions are for the shirt is how you do it. And, I don't know if I've done anything 100% polyester, but, a polyester blend. So, it really is. I love the ink. The ink you can do on like coffee mugs and porcelain And then what you do is you heat set it by putting it in the oven. Like, say you want to put like a small design on a coffee mug and give it away as a gift. You put the transfer on your coffee mug, and then you silk screen it with ink, not paste, but ink. And then after you silk screen it, you put it in the oven, in a cold oven, for 300, and then you turn your oven on to 350 degrees, and then you let it sit in there for 30 minutes on 350 degrees once the temperature gets to 350. After 30 minutes, you turn the oven off. You leave everything in the oven, the coffee mugs in the oven, until everything cools down to room temperature. And then you can take it out, and that should heat set them onto coffee mugs. So it makes a great gift for like Christmas gifts or birthday gifts or housewarming gifts, or however you want to do it. All right, I got to get this bottom part down here. So I love the crispness of the Chalk Couture stencils. You just have to make sure that you don't have any bubbles and you're not going over a seam, because if you're going over a seam, you've got a raised area that where the ink can bleed underneath the stencil. So you want it completely flat, no air bubbles, and and it's just like anything else. You start small and you work your way up, and you get used to it. It's just practice. So if your shirt is a shirt that says that you have to hang to dry, then you hang it to dry. If you can throw it in the dryer, you throw it in the dryer. So it's I am really excited about this. I don't really see a whole lot of room for bling on this, but that's okay, because it's got enough vibrant colors on here that I don't think it's going to matter. All right, so here we go. Pull this out. All right, sorry, I know this is loud. I'll just fold this up. So I'm supposed to go to lunch. I've got a friend taking me to lunch. It was my birthday last week. And we were going to go out last week, but it just didn't work out. So we're going out tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to be on tomorrow night, because I've got a lot of patriotic stuff that I want to get made. But this is it. This is what we got. This is what it's going to look like. And I think it's going to be a little bit loose, which is good. I just got lipstick on there. But let me show y'all. So I like the way I added the blue. I'm so glad I added the blue to this, because this just really makes it look more American. And that's what we have, y'all. So this particular stencil is called Sea to Shining Sea. It's a 12 by 18 inch stencil. So if you haven't worked with Chalk Couture before, you may want to try trying with smaller stencils first, get the hang of it. And you can always get the stencil on sale this year. Well, thank you, Debbie. You can always get the stencil this year on sale and use it for next year. Or you can use it for Labor Day coming up. All right, y'all, I'm Julie with Nothing Is Wasted Designs. This is what we did today. I'm going to be doing more patriotic. I think I'm going to do a red and white shirt on either, if I come home tomorrow night, I might do it tomorrow night, or I'm going to try and come on Wednesday at 3. I'm going to always try to come on at 3 when I can. So thanks for joining me. If those of you are popping on for the replay, please say hello and make sure you're following me. I'd love to say hi to you and welcome you to my page. And I hope y'all have a great day. And if I don't see you between now and after the 4th of July, have a great time celebrating our great country. I love you, and Jesus loves you more. Bye-bye. Bye, Debbie. Thanks for joining me.